The New York Yankees, well, they look like they are running away with the American League East Division. Heading into Saturday's games, the Bronx Bombers have a 15.5 game lead. That's right, folks, 15.5 game lead. So it's time to talk some Yankee baseball. And with me from Boston is New York Post Yankees beat writer Dan Martin. Dan, good to see you. I feel like every time we talk, I keep asking you questions around whether part of this Yankee squad is for real. But now we've got a healthy sample size with the Yanks. And they've got the best record in baseball. So my question to you is this team as dominant as we have seen, and can anyone stop them right now?
Well, Nick, I mean, we just passed the halfway point, so it's not really a small sample size anymore. And they keep winning. They're on about 118 win pace, which would be a record. So it's sustainable. They are legitimate. I don't know if they're as good as some of those other record-setting teams, including the 98 team. You know, that won't be proven until October. But the one team that can beat them, that's shown that they can put up a fight against the Yankees so far, is the Astros. You know, they've won 3 of the 5 meetings so far between the two teams, and the Yankees opened the second half of the season after the All-Star break in Houston for a doubleheader. So that's really what it's come down to. It already looks like they're on kind of a collision course with Houston, their nemesis, in October. You know, because they keep just pounding AL East opponents. We're here in Boston, where the Yankees have won the first 2 games of this series. They are 28-12 in the division. The numbers are just crazy no matter how you look at them, whether it's home, road, division. They're beating teams above 500. The only opponent that's really put up a good fight is the Astros, and we'll get a little dose of that later this month, and then maybe again in October. But all signs point to the Yankees just rolling along here, because the AL East is just not as strong as we thought, and the Yankees are just better than anyone anticipated.
A lot better than anyone anticipated. You know, Yankee fans are going to want revenge against the Astros. Now, the Yanks, they've got contributions, Dan, seemingly from everywhere, but I'm not sure anyone expected the veteran Matt Carpenter to produce like he has for the team. So how important has he been to the New York lineup?
He's been a key part of it. They signed him. He had 2 terrible years with the Cardinals. He was a great hitter for about 10 or 12 years in St. Louis, very consistent. And then it just looked like his career was coming to an end, frankly. And the Cardinals didn't re-sign him. He signed a minor league contract with the Rangers, and then played the first month of the season in AAA. So and the Rangers are not a stacked team, so they didn't have room for him in their lineup. He requested his release, thought he'd get more of an opportunity somewhere else. The Yankees took a chance on him with the lefty bat in Yankee Stadium. They thought it might play well, but no one could have predicted what he's done. 9 home runs, and now look, he's an outfielder now. You know, he played a handful of games there in St. Louis about 10 years ago in a similar situation, because there was no room in the infield for him. He was a young player at that point. Now, as a veteran, he's willing to do the same thing. The Yankees have some outfield issues with Gallo struggling. You know, Rizzo's out at first base, so there's a little bit of room for him in the lineup. But Aaron Boone said, if this guy's going to continue to hit, we've got to find a space for him. When Carpenter signed with the Yankees, he said he was willing to do anything, like loading the bus, that kind of stuff. Obviously, he's shown a willingness and an ability, more importantly, to do these things. He looked fine in left field in Boston last night, which can be a challenge with the Green Monster. And as long as he hits, as he said, he just wants to drive in more runs than he gives up in the outfield. So he's been a huge addition to the lineup, which is already pretty strong. And people really like him in the clubhouse. He provides another veteran presence that they've got plenty of, but you can always use more. So he's fit right in, better than anyone could have hoped.
Nobody could have seen that coming from Matt Carpenter. Good job by him. Yankees, they keep rolling along, Dan. That is Dan Martin, New York Post Yankees beat writer. Dan, always good to see you. Always good to talk some Yankees baseball.
Thanks a lot, Dexter. Good seeing you.